Hello, everyone. This is Gene the Groomer again with another episode of The Tao of June, Living an Inspired Life. So today I wanted to talk about why it's so important to go the extra mile. I was listening to Brian Tracy. This was years ago, but he was saying always go the extra mile because you'll never find any traffic there. And he takes lines from people all the time and doesn't give credit for them in his speeches. So someone else may have actually said that originally. But I heard it from Brian Tracy, and he said, always go the extra mile because you'll never find any traffic there. And then he went on to say, everything that you could ever dream of, everything that you ever wanted, and even more is all there on the extra mile. And I remember thinking, well, if that's true, then why doesn't everyone just go the extra mile, I think, maybe sometimes the cynical, part of me thinks like, well, what if I get there and everyone's already there? Whoever got there first took all the good stuff and, then I would have just wasted my time going the extra mile, waste all the extra energy for what, But then, another part of me asks myself, like, so what? Why not go and find out? What else are you going to do? But okay, so, and then Jim Rohn makes a really good statement, really good argument. He's saying that if you only do as much as you're getting paid for, you never have a right to ask for any more because you're already getting paid for everything that you're doing. So you never deserve any more. So he's saying, always do more than you're getting paid in order to make an investment in your own future. Because in the back rooms, where they make all the deals and negotiations, secret handshakes, but where the promotions are going to be ultimately decided, they're not going to say, oh, how we can get so-and-so to, do more is let's give them a promotion, pay them more, give them more responsibility. I think that's the way to motivate them. And nobody's going to say that. They're going to say, let's give it to this person over here. They come in early, they leave late, they take, responsibility for the, whatever, and for the team, and they're already leading, they're already doing so much more than they're getting paid for. Let's give that person the promotion. They deserve it. And think of how much more they'll do if, once we give them a promotion. So for that practical reason, it's just makes sense to do more than you're getting paid to do, than what is expected of you. And another thing, Jim Rohn says that our personal philosophy is the major key in deciding our future and, how we're going to end up. And if our philosophy is the major key to our future, then I think it's a really good idea to take a look at what our philosophy is. What are our sets of beliefs that we, live by, maybe unconsciously unaware of. So basically, one philosophy says, if this is all they'll pay, then this is all I'll do. I'm not coming in early. I'm not going to stay late. I'm not going to do anything extra. This is all they're going to pay me. And, even a practical side of me would say like, well, I'm not going to let anyone take advantage of me, and they're going to just expect me to do all this extra stuff or, I'm not going to just do all this extra stuff and not get paid for it, I value myself too much, and that was, I guess a way to justify, not going the extra mile, not doing, more than I was expected. Because even school, I would literally, when I went to college, get the syllabus on the first day, find out when the test days are, and I would show up on those days, on only those days, I skip school all the time. And, I just did the bare minimum to get by, I never really understood why it was so important to go the extra mile. And it's like, while you're there, might as well go all out, might as well do the best you can. Another really good argument that Jim Rohn gives, or maybe not even an argument, just a statement that really hit me and resonated with me. He said, do the best you can. And he's saying human beings are the only living creatures on Earth that don't inherently do the best we can. He's saying every living thing inherently does the best they can. Trees, how tall will a tree grow? As tall as it possibly can, So, and it's because we can choose to do all that we can or do less than we can. And so if you want to, I guess, become special, become that person that gets picked out of the crowd, then I suggest learning from the 4-leaf clover. It's not, one time I actually found a really tiny 4-leaf clover, and towering above it in the way was this really gigantic 3-leaf clover. And the you could see the 3 leaves on the clovers, just intricate detail, the white, the lines and everything. It was beautiful, the leaves, and it was very impressive how big it was. But it was still just 3 leaves. I pushed it aside and I got the 4-leaf clover. And I honestly, I really didn't even pay attention to whether it had designs or lines, those white lines and stuff on it, markings. I didn't care. It had 4 leaves, and that's what I'm looking for. And so growing that extra leaf, going that extra mile always helps you stand out of the crowd, so that it makes you indispensable. Like Seth Godin would say, you become indispensable. And so I guess, so I was going with why, and hopefully I've given enough, sorry, I just had a brain fart there, but hopefully I've given enough reasons as to why it makes sense to do more than what you're paid to do, in order to make a future investment in your own future. And another thing, this is one that really resonated with me. Napoleon Hill, in one of his rare recordings, he said the wear and tear of living is not worth the price we pay for it, unless we're really aiming for something, unless we're really going somewhere, unless we're actually trying to do something with the opportunity that we have here on this earth, with our time here. And I really like that. It's like, wow, the wear and tear of living is not worth the price we pay for it, unless we actually have like a definite goal that's meaningful to us and we're making progress towards it. So then, okay, so let's say we all agree, okay, it's best to go the extra mile. How do you go the extra mile, right? Now, I used to make mistakes, and like I would do things like bring donuts for everybody, that I worked with, and things like that. And I've seen other people like bake stuff, bake cakes, and bring it to the office, and there's nothing wrong with that, but like that's not the way to go the extra mile. Going the extra mile, the best way to do it is to ask yourself, what is it that I'm actually getting paid to do, right? What is it that's being expected of me? Because, oh man, I forget who said it, but they said that there's 2 kinds of people that don't amount to much in this world. It's those who can't do what they're told, and those who cannot do anything else. So if you cannot do what you're told, or if you can't do what's being, what you're getting paid to do, what's expected of you, then you're not really going to amount to much. If you can't do anything more than what you're expected to do, you won't amount to much either. And so looking for ways to do more, to increase the value of what you're being expected to do. So, for example, I wouldn't expect a plumber to bust out a vacuum cleaner and start vacuuming my carpets. If anything, I'd be like, hey, you were just stepping in some questionable stuff out there. Why are you tracking it on my carpet? I'm not paying you to do that, But going the extra mile would be, maybe doing something extra, like, hey, I also unclogged, this and that. I noticed you had this going on here and I took care of it for you. That's going the extra mile. So a lot of my clients, they have housekeepers that come in after me. So either the next day or, we'll schedule the appointments in the morning, and then their housekeeper will come in the afternoon behind me. But because I know that, I'm not going to, dust everything and then start wiping things down after I'm all done. I sweep up enough hair where it doesn't look obnoxious. It doesn't look like I don't even care. Someone's going to clean behind me, clean it, peasant, No, I mean, I wanna at least clean up after myself so that my clients aren't like, sighing and rolling their eyes whenever, it's the time to get their dog here. I'm like, oh my goodness, June's gonna come today again and, mess up the bathroom or something. I wanna at least make it decent, so it's presentable. But I'm not going to go all out and bust out the Windex, because I know that's someone else's job coming behind me. But what I am going to do is I'm going to spend a little bit of extra time to keep their dogs calm while I'm combing out all the tangles in their hair so I don't have to shave their coat down. So my clients get to enjoy a nice fluffy dog all year round rather than having them shave down in the summer and fall and spring and, whenever else their dog gets matted, It's like I actually take the time to comb out all the matted hair and everything and save their coat so that, like this Catan that I just did, we keep like about a half an inch in the summertime, and then about an inch on the legs, and the hair is big. We call him Rockstar Stewie, because he just has this big, huge rockstar hair, and we keep him like that all year long. And the thing is, I tell people, if people only knew how hard it was to keep a dog looking natural, a lot of work goes into it. But I'm willing to go that extra mile for my clients and give them that extra time and effort, and do more than I'm actually getting paid for. I'm not going to charge extra dematting time and things like that. I'm just going to plan for it better, schedule it better, and offer more of myself than I'm actually getting paid for. But I don't actually give gifts or presents to my clients, rarely. I mean, I don't go out of my way to. If I see something that reminds me of somebody while I'm out and, reminds me of their dog, yeah, of course I'll get it. But I'm not going to like go out of my way and make paw print, and things. And, and give Christmas. I never give Christmas gifts. And I always tell my clients, like, I'm really sorry when they give me a gift. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. But, I'm sorry I don't have a Christmas gift for you. And they tell me you are the gift, the work that I put in. They see the effort that I put in, the time, and they appreciate that. And they tell me that is the gift. We just appreciate you coming and doing this. No gift is necessary, like we want to give you a gift. So, I just wanted to stress that, like, you don't have to talk to them much. My wife actually tells me, like, stop talking to them, like, you don't have to tell them about your kids. You don't have to ask them about their kids. Let's just take the office example, for example. Let's just say one lady, she's Sally. Let's just call her Sally. She's always so nice. She brings in baked cakes and brownies and all these, donuts and stuff for the office all the time. She's always talking to people, like encouraging them, asking about their kids, she'll listen to Carl, ask him about his kids, and listen to all of Carl's stupid stories where it really doesn't even have a point at the end to it, and but she'll be very friendly and listen to him, and, she's just so nice to everyone. But Lisa, let's just call her Lisa, Lisa is the one that got promoted. And so Sally is feeling a little disappointed. She's been there for years. She's been there longer than Lisa. She's so nice and friendly to everyone. She knows about everyone's kids. They know about her kids, but why did Lisa get the promotion? Oh, because Lisa isn't, Lisa's a bitch. Lisa's one of those types. She's one of those, like, whatever, so that's why, and it's like she may justify it in her mind when actually Lisa doesn't have time for socializing with everyone because she came and she has a definite goal in mind. She has, ambition and drive, and she doesn't actually want to talk to anyone, other than what's work related. And she comes in early. She's the last one to go. She's always pumping out, numbers, and she's always, like bringing results and, adding a lot of value to the company, their bottom line at least, because that's really what the bosses are looking for, someone who's going to add to their bottom line. And, that's adding value to the company. They're paying them. They want what they're paying them to, be like they want a return on that investment on what they're paying their employee. They want that to be returned to them in monetary value or somewhat, but they want it to benefit their company somehow. And Lisa is doing that. And so when it comes time for promotion, yeah, they don't want to lose Sally. Sally is great for their company morale. They love Sally, and they're sorry that she might feel slighted. But Lisa is going to get this promotion because Lisa gets the job done. You see what I'm saying? So going the extra mile is not doing all these things, these extra things, and giving our clients Christmas gifts and asking about their kids. I don't even remember my clients' kids' names a lot of times, and I feel so bad. But I'm not there to remember their kids' names. I'm there to groom their dogs and do an excellent job at it. That's it. Anything I do extra is extra. But really, after a few hours of grooming their dogs and then I clean up, like anybody that has any sense would realize that is not a time to sit back and, so can I get a glass of water? And, let's talk about your kids. It's like, no, they probably want you out of there, And so, and speaking of getting out of there, I actually have another appointment to go to, but I hope this helps. I hope this really helps clarify why it's so important to go the extra mile, to grow that extra leaf and become that 4-leaf clover, because the wear and tear of living is not worth the price you pay for it, unless you're actually going for something worthwhile and meaningful to you. And then once you decide to do it, then you only do things that are related to the things that you're getting paid to do, right? Only do things that are related to your job, right? But do it better than they expect you to do. Do it better than anybody else could do it. Or if they could do it better than you, you tip your hat to them, you would give them mad respect because you know exactly how tough it was. That sort of thing. And I guarantee you, when you do that, you will amount to much. Because if that's true, if the two types of people that don't amount to much are the people who can't do what they're told and they can't do anything else, then the type of people that will amount to much are the people that can do what they're told and they do more. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much for listening. I honor the light in you that you see in me. Thank you so much. Namaste. All right. Thank you once again for listening to the Tao of June, Living an Inspired Life. Now, have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? Like the Tao of Steve or the Tao of Susan? Because I'm just asking because when I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I even record an episode? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places people like to listen? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, and you can get paid to podcast. And what I really love about Anchor is that I get to record whenever I want just from my phone. I actually record through Bluetooth over my car stereo during traffic. And how easy is that? I'm going to be in traffic anyways. It's almost like having someone in the car with me and just talking to them about my ideas. And the best part about it is as soon as I publish, it automatically gets distributed on Overcast, Radio Republic, just Pocket Cast, all these, even Google Music, I believe. So if you've always wanted to start a podcast and make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. And I can't wait to hear your podcast.